Hello, this is a tiny story from Tiny Productions about a tiny family that lives in a tiny place on the shore of the lake behind my house. It's a story about family. Families have problems. Humans have family problems all the time. This tiny family living here would seemingly have problems with predators and getting enough food and that sort of thing, but they also have family problems. And this tiny story is about a tiny issue that grows and grows, results in anger, frustration, outbursts, is ultimately resolved, and everything returns to normal. And all of it takes place in a tiny period of time in this tiny place behind my house. It all began one day when I was out behind my house getting ready to film some more activity of the little family in their little place. And while I was doing it, I happened to notice that Mom and Dad seemed to be working real hard at getting some food to feed the little ones. They were turning themselves straight up and down the water and reaching below them to pick seeds or things, whatever, off of grass and stuff that was under the water right there. And it looked like they'd been doing it for a while. And it must have been exhausting. And of course, since they already been working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just about caring for these guys, anything like this would just add to it. And of course, the little ones were, feed me, feed me, feed me. They were ready and willing to eat whatever was given to them. And of course, at this age, they're still too young to feed themselves. They were getting close, but they still couldn't do it. One thing I want to point out is that Mom and Dad spend most of the year alone. Now, they had a family last year and ended up with one adult, but beyond those few months, they are by themselves. They've been together a couple of years at least, I think. And they live quietly in these reeds and grass in relatively shallow water, protected pretty much from predators, safe from the heat and the cool water and the darkness. And there's lots to eat because I come out and give them seed and bread and everything else. But now, suddenly, they have this family of four little guys that they have to raise. And it's work. Suddenly, instead of just sitting around and feeding themselves, they got to feed these guys. And they got to protect them and care for them and make sure they're accounted for. So they're busy 24/7 now with these guys. I also want to note that Mom does most of the work. After all, she hatched them, she fed them initially, she worked with them until they could get out of the nest and move around. And she has to feed them. She's the mom. She's there. Dad protects them and helps out, of course. He does what he can. But like a lot of dads, he lets mom do most of the work when it comes to taking care of the babies and getting them fed. So she's busy, busy, busy all the time. Well, as I was doing this, I had to step away for a little while. So I had to go back to the house and mess around with the dog. But when I came back, I watched this. Watch the little chick. And this is Dad. See? He pokes him. And he does it again. And again. It's like, feed me. Mom has moved away a little bit. Now, in a minute, she's going to come back, and a couple of them are going to go rushing over there. You'll see them take off. But little chicks are hungry. And just because Mom left, see how that's why they run into Mom, because they're hungry. Mom gives them a little bit, and then she turns and swims off. Now Dad is alone with the chicks. He's doing it all, and he's still doing that dunking thing. And they, give me whatever you can. They're right there. Then he does something that surprised me and concerned me when I first saw it. Watch what he does. He got aggressive with that chick. He turned around and rushed at it and looked like he was going to hurt it, forced it to move away. At first, I thought, is this some sort of fatherly, instinctive, negative response that they have in the wild, and they turn around and start killing their own chicks for some instinctive reason, or what? And it ain't over yet. Keep watching. Now, the one chick runs away again. But then he stopped, and Dad comes around and feeds him. Feeds him hard. Watch closely. Here, here. It's like he's just jamming it down his throat, and the little bird gets away because it's too rough. Now you'll see him start to move away from here, and in a minute you'll see some more things. Now the chicks aren't afraid of him. You can see they're going to follow him out here and everything, but he's tired. I believe he's irritable, and you'll see his movements become more impatient. He's going to start pecking at the water and grabbing things that aren't even food. He's just whatever here, and he's getting tired of it. He's just really getting tired of it. See how he's pecking? All right, here, here, here. It's like he's slamming his fists on the cabinet or banging pots and pans together or something. This is the Coot version of banging pots and pans, I think. And then he even grabs something here in a minute that's not even food. That's some type of display of, here, look. See? That's not even food, that thing right there. Yeah, he's just angry and unhappy, tired, irritable. All these things together are just not a good combination for a dad. So dad moves back. He continues his quest, looking for something for them to eat. And he finds something and he gives these two a couple of little things for them to munch on. But then he's like, I've had it. You want something to eat? Here, here. And the little one's going, no, Dad, that's too hard. Okay, okay, okay. And he gets it. Bang, bang. Watch. Boom, boom. Little chick runs away. So now the chicks are fearful. He's upset. The chicks don't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. It's all a big mess. Everything's upside down. So now that asks the question, where's Mom? What has become of Mom? Where did she go? And I began to look around. So where is Mom? Now here's the thing. Moms are busy people. Busy, busy people. They have all this responsibility to be taking care of the kid to make sure they're well. But ever so often, they need a break too. You can't be a mom 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without having a break. So they'll go get a cup of coffee, or they'll go meet some friends, or they'll do something just to get away for a little bit. And Mrs. Coot here is no different. So looking around, what do you know? There she is, out there just swimming around. And you would think, well, maybe she's looking for food, but there's 20 feet of water there. There's nothing really out there for her to take back to the kids. She's just swimming slowly. She's not making a big wake or anything. And I think she just needed a break. I'm sure of it. So she took a little time to go away, leaving Dad with the kids. He can take care of them. I need to clear my head. And of course, not too much later, Mom shows up. And the kids are happy to see her, and she's got some food. Dad has settled down. Everything's a little bit better now. Of course, I admit I helped out a little bit. I went and got some more seed and threw it down so they had something they could get to easily. And so things are starting to get better. But it ain't over yet. Well, that little break took care of Mom. Gave her a chance to relax and clear her head. But what about Dad? He's still been here the whole time feeding and everything, and though the pressure's off, he's still tired and probably frustrated still a little bit and irritated and some impatient. So what can be done about him? Well, eventually the kids are fed, put away, as in hidden away in the grass where they're safe, and then Mom and Dad have some time to themselves. So now Mom and Dad have a chance to relax, be alone together, reconnect, exchange Coot, affections, whatever that might be. And I think Dad needs this as much or more than Mom does right now. That gives them both a chance to just be together as a couple, as they are most of the year. And of course, in the end, things return to normal. Family acting like family. Quiet, peaceful, safe, seemingly healthy. And a tiny little story in a tiny little place on the lake behind my house comes to an end. My name is Frank Kilgore. I live here in Apollo Beach at Lake St. Clair. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.